know there was us that put your man in the spilter. Fucking on the boss, I ain't no mouth in the middle. Every time I was the suspect, I wasn't never the victim.
Character, the movie roles where they like make themselves, what was his name? Matthew McConaughey for Dallas Buyers Club. He lost like fucking 80 pounds and made himself look like a full-blown crackhead just for the movie role.
You did this just for the movie role?
I just made just for the before when you called me and said, "Hey, I'm gonna come make a video so we can answer all the questions." I just started throwing up in the floor and shitting everywhere just to lose all the weight I possibly could.
I grew a mustache for this video.
Oh my god!
All right, so. Obviously, Poland is here in the hospital, and I've been asked 1,000 times what happened to Poland. I know this is not your typical Jimmy Dale video, but we're going to do a deep dive on Poland, my best friend over here, and we're going to figure out how he got in this position and how racing has actually probably hurt him more than helped him at some points.
It's been a balance. We've been trying to find a balance there.
We've been trying to find a balance. This man just typically rolls as hard as he can roll. He rolls as hard as he can roll until he can't roll no more. Until he's got 2 flat tires. But I think we should start back with what put you in the chair. I think a lot of people already know the story, but we should go ahead and address it right off the rip so everybody knows what happened. So, how did you end up in the chair?
Back in 2012, I was working in the oil field, was working nights. Did that for about 1.5 years, and then I decided I was going to go be a windmill farmer. I was going to go farm some windmills and piss off every Texan in America. So that's what I did, and on my way to work one morning, I fell asleep, ran off the road, and yeah.
See, I've been telling the story the wrong way the whole time. I've been saying he was on his way home from a job.
No, I was actually on my way there. So that's why I think the flip-flop from working, 6 at night to 6 in the morning, and then you go from having to leave the house at 4 in the morning to work 6 in the morning to 6 at night. If that makes sense. I literally flip-flop my schedule, if you will.
I have no idea what you're talking about. So you're driving a Nissan Titan.
Yep.
You fall asleep. You go off the side of the road. You hit a culvert.
Slid through the bar ditch and hit a tree. Caught the driver's side headlight.
Did you wake up before the wreck or after the wreck?
I made it through the first roll. I remember going all the way to the right, and then when I came back over to the left, literally about the time my head made contact with the window, I lost all consciousness.
This is a live reenactment performed by professionals. Do not attempt at home.
There we go. Reliant Robin. Oh no. I've crashed it.
Hold on. Where do you wake up?
In a field full of baby goats.
What position were you in when you came to?
So when I came to, I was actually on my back in the passenger side floorboard. So the passenger door, the truck was standing up straight up and down. So like the passenger door was on the ground. And so I'm trying to grab the steering wheel and pull myself up, but I can't because my legs are literally like my knee is basically in my neck. And I keep trying to push my legs down, but gravity is pushing everything back towards me.
How'd you get out of the truck?
I laid electrical on for the windmills. I had a safety vest on. I grabbed one of those gloves, and I got the thick rubber on them. And there was a hole in the window like about that big. And I just stuck my finger in that hole. And when I ripped down, I just fell out.
The mother rhino is giving birth.
Because I was already
out of the windshield.
Yeah, because I was like kind of compact on the door.
The passenger side door panel.
I was on the door panel and in the window. So as soon as the window fell out, like I just kind of I rolled out of my life.
Cool.
That was big. It was extremely hot. I'm not gonna lie. I laid there for like 2 minutes, like catching all the fresh air that I could. So pretty much
And
exactly
then
a
crawled
century.
back to the highway, and then if I understand the story correctly, I shouldn't even be talking right now because I wasn't there. But a farmer came that owned the land.
So actually, the guy's name was, I call him Mr. Joe. I don't know his first name, but they lived right down the road from where I had my accident from. It's a Ford
So how did he come to find you?
As soon as he seen me, he jumped out of the truck. He said, "What's going on?"
What's the matter with you, boy?
I said, "I can't feel my legs."
Boom! An explosion happened. Blood and guts and spit and ass was everywhere. And Bubba come crawling out the back door. Both legs missing. Lula made baby boy. And he looked up at me, he said, "Pete, I can't feel my legs."
At this point, I'm just laying in the fucking bar ditch. Like, I'm just laying in the bar ditch
you're
trying
just
to,
like-
all the
Gotcha.
adrenaline's kind of wearing off. I'm starting to hurt pretty good. And I was kind of moving around, still wiggling around because I was very uncomfortable. And as soon as I said that I can't feel my legs, you could see it in his face.
I said, "Bubba, they ain't there."
And he just grabbed both of my shoulders and he was holding me down like in one spot. And
And them little bloody nubs was kicking real fast like this here. And I said,
like was just looking over top of me. He's like, "You can't move. You cannot move."
Because
Like,
he's like, this could make or break.
This could make
you
or
be
break.
able to walk.
Yep.
And, all right, fast forward. You go to the hospital. They're like, you'll never walk again. You spend months and months and months in rehab, learn how to, live out
Basically,
of a wheelchair.
that's what it was. I mean, I go to the hospital, still have feeling in my leg. Well, I don't have feeling. I can still pull my knees and ankle. I still wiggle my toes. I can do all the stuff the doctor says. We can fix this, but with all the trauma and the swelling, yada yada yada, great possibility you'll never walk again. All right, do what we got to do. They do the surgery, get all that taken care of, and then basically they call it a rehab, but it's a long-term facility, and they basically teach you how to live out of a chair, or if it's stroke victim, and basically we teach you how to
And
live with one arm.
So that's how he ended up in a wheelchair. It actually wasn't a great white shark attack. It wasn't a lightning bolt. It wasn't some
Your
fat
stories
chick.
are better, though. I will
Oh
say your
yeah,
stories
dude.
are better.
My favorite one is that he met this fat chick and she sat down on his lap one day, and he just never got up again. Never happened.
Picked her
But
up with a forklift at Allsup's, and the forklift came down, and it was a wrap.
it was a wrap. That's all. He never walked again.
Never walked again.
All right, so that's how Poland's ass ends up in the hospital. All right, that's how.
That's how we ended up in the chair.
All right, hold on. Go back over. Fuck. Son of a bitch. Stupid fuck. Hotel, hospital, bullshit. All right. So that's how Poland ends up in the chair. And fast forward, 100 years goes by. We end up meeting at a drag race, and I'm smoking, the devil's lettuce.
Weed was fun. Weed was fun back in the day.
And he's smoking the devil's lettuce, and we're like, bro, did we just become best friends? He's like, bro, hit this. I'm like, nah, dog, hit this. He's like, nah, bro, I'm telling you, I got that gas, bro.
You know, you get that swamp gas, baby, and just start huffing it up.
You should hit this. And so we being gas boys or whatever, and trap boy, slap boy, and become homies through racing.
Tried to have a pissing contest there for a second.
It
Then we
lasted
just
6 months, though. That was the funniest part about it. For 6 months, we'd be like, I got that hoot.
Yep.
Some of it have a damn gator claw in it. Or a damn little falcon, half a falcon nut in that bastard.
Oh, no, man, I got that devil's lettuce, boy.
That shit was thick, boy. That shit was thick.
And anyhow, so we end up becoming good buddies through racing. And next thing you know, I get a phone call. Can you go to Vegas for baddest small tire in America?
We were actually on the phone bullshitting, and you made your post about anybody need a chef for.
So we had a bunch of buddies going that
Yep.
were already going to be going to baddest small tire. Was it fastest small tire in America?
Not fast. Yeah, it was fastest in America.
Fastest in America.
JJ
So a
stuff.
bunch of buddies of ours are already going to Fastest in America. And we're like, okay, look, do any of y'all need to cook? Because I'm just trying to go to Vegas and party with the homies. You know what I'm saying? So I can cook, man. I can cook. And so I make this post, and they're all like, man, maybe next time, this, that, and the other. I'm like, hey, no big deal, man. It wasn't supposed to happen. And then I get a phone call, and it's John Simpson. And he said, hey, you trying to go to Vegas? I'm like, yep. He said, what kind of car you got? I'm like, what are you talking about? He said, don't you have a Mustang, like a True Street car? It's like, yeah. He said, oh, well, you're not trying to bring it to Vegas? I mean, I can bring it to Vegas.
Yeah, I mean, we can make that happen. Because at the time, it was they needed. Each team had so many cars, like small tire cars, and then they were supposed to bring
so
3 or
many True
4
Street
stock
cars.
suspension, True Street type
Right.
cars, which everybody was playing in the gray area.
Yeah. On the whole TV show that I cruised and took my old lady to dinner in Vegas. We cruised Magic up the strip, radio banging.
Let's just
you know what I
say
mean?
he was the only True Street car that didn't have a Lexan scoop hanging out about 6 inches out of the
Yeah,
way.
that was tan and black, you know what I'm saying? Didn't have any of that. So fast forward, the only way I can afford to go to Vegas for 2 weeks with Magic and be on the TV show is to hit up every single one of my buddies and say, hey man, I'm getting this Airbnb in Vegas. You know, you want to come get on Street Outlaws and come hang out here? So I called JoJo and I called Poland. I said, let's go. And they said, bet, we coming. So Poland flew his ass out there. And he's supposed to stay for 3 days. This man stays for 10 days.
It
was 10 days.
It was
And
21
were
days.
there- It was not 21 days. It was not, because we were there for 2 weeks, and the first however many days was JoJo and his family, and then they went home when they were supposed to go home.
Okay, I
and then
remember
your
that.
ass was supposed to come for 3 days.
I was supposed to fly in
and
for the
stay literally
weekend.
till the
I
end.
was supposed to fly. So JoJo was there, and I was supposed to fly in and relieve
Right.
JoJo of the
Yes.
duties. And then
Matter of fact, he rolled around all over Street Outlaws with a Joseph Martinez badge on, because I'd already got Joseph in, and it wasn't something where I could just keep getting more and more people
Yeah.
in. So we just switch out the homeboy, you know what I mean? So Poland stays for 10 days in Vegas. Fast forward, we're racing together. We start the YouTube shit's taking off. We start doing Small Tire Gangsters. Small Tire Gangsters is popping.
Yep.
And
A lot of people don't know that it's the same thing. We started Small Tire Gangsters on the sole reason of we couldn't afford to race. So we were like,
Straight
we're
up.
going to put on one event a year, make a little bit of money, and that's how we will fund our racing adventure.
But at this point, we've been to the East Coast, we've been to the West Coast, we've been all over the place, man. I feel like you've probably traveled more in the last 2-3 years than you have your whole entire life. I know I have. And we've raced at more tracks and met more people and awesome Jimmy Dalers, and it's been a wild ass ride, which leads us to kind of where we are today in the raggedy ass hospital.
Yeah,
You know
literally.
what I mean?
So after Vegas, I flew home from Vegas. Of course, being in Vegas for 10, 11 days or whatever, we were pretty much on bare minimum sleep, sleeping 3 or 4 hours a day, blah, 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 blah. I remember when I got home, it was extremely cold, and I got out of the shower and I passed out on the bed, and when I woke up, I knew there was a problem. I fell asleep on a heating pad.
That was
And
the problem, is that you burned your ass.
That's what started all of this whole extravaganza. That's what started it all.
It's falling asleep on a heating pad.
Fell asleep on a heating pad, and when I woke up, my whole entire hip, no exaggeration, like that big, was a solid blister on my hip, on my side. And it was
What
massive.
kind of fucking heating pad is this?
Regular day Walgreens heating pad?
I'm suing the shit out you.
No, it's actually because most people would have been able to feel it when it got to a certain point, because I'm so scrawny and all of that from not being able to use my legs. It was just bare bone, basically laying on that, zero movement, zero nothing, just constant pressure and heat is what created that.
So that created your first injury. And now we got a nurse in the office.
Oh yeah.
Nurse Travis on the scene. What you got? Piss bags?
Nope.
IV bags?
Antibiotics.
Antibiotics. All right, we'll pick back up after we get done with Nurse Travis over here. Yep.
Can I take this off yet? Yeah, you can take it off. Thank you.
All right, another fast forward. We got Nurse Travis came in and washed the BS off of him. So anyhow, Let's fast forward to this year. We've been racing for 2-3 years now. We did the TV shows. We started the YouTube channel. We got a successful race, Small Tire Gangsters now. And so, what?
I was going to say it goes back to last year, because you remember it was about the same time last year?
What goes back to last year?
I mean, you said we fast forward to this year. I was in the hospital the same time last year.
I know.
So
this wound that happened from the heating pad never really got taken care of. The doctors tried to get him to take months or weeks off when it happened. And when did it originally happen? What was it? It was after the TV show the first time, but then we went right into race season. And you were like, yeah, I ain't got time for that.
It was our first Small Tire Gangsters, and I kind of went full force onto that because be honest, they want, if I go down, I'm going to be down for 6 or 7 months. And just at the time was the takeoff of the whole Jimmy Dale and Poland deal. We had all these plans. Small Tire Gangsters were traveling. We had all this stuff booked.
Yeah. Even right now, they're telling him that he needs to take 6 to 8 months off. And he's over here like, they said I'd be ready to go in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, player. 2 weeks. I'll be ready to go in 2 weeks.
The minor stuff will be ready to go in 2 weeks. There's still an underlying issue that
So hold on. Let's address what happened in the last 48 hours.
Okay.
From where we were racing to how we got to today.
So we go to Little River this weekend.
How'd we do?
Testing was great Friday night. Saturday, woke up. Felt a little off Saturday. I think you could tell I was a little bit grumpy.
You had on a happy face when we were going rounds, and then the second we lost in the semifinals,
the adrenaline was for sure kicked in. Kind of when you get in the zone, I guess you would call it. Like, I knew from the first pass we had the car to beat. Nobody was going to fuck with us that weekend. Like
this weekend.
This weekend. Yeah. There's just weekends that sometimes you're the bug in your window, and I for sure knew they were all bugs.
They were all bugs.
Right.
They were all bugs.
So
they got lucky. Is what happened.
Adrenaline and the excitement and everything was way up here, and the kind of the last of my worries was how I felt internally, if you will. But yeah, as soon as we got bopped in our head up because
we lose in the semifinals,
the car decided to do a massive wheelie.
I did a good job pedaling it. Car comes back down. I grabbed the second kit to run around old boy and just ran out of real estate. That's exactly what happened. I'll put that pass right here.
Well, you're probably going to make a whole video.
There's going to be a whole video later this week of this whole experience.
But pretty much from the second I seen other boys' win light came on, it was just done. Sickness. Dead.
Yeah. So he comes back every single pass. He's coming back. He's like, "Well, yeah, let's go. What did it go? What was the ET? Do we need to put any tire pressure in it? What do you think about that bottle? Should we got any more fuel? Are we out of fuel? Okay, let's go bump some fuel."
Covering all the bases.
Just being a good crew chief, right? And in that race, we lost, and he just comes back and he's like,
I literally rolled over there and put my head on the table. I just got
dude, I knew it was bad. So Tony and Tess are in town. And we're like, let's all go to dinner. The race got done relatively soon, so we roll into Texas Roadhouse.
This is really the point that it kind of set in on me.
We roll into Texas Roadhouse. At this point, Poland's pissed. You could tell Poland's not feeling well, but he's pissed off at the world. And our waitress was really nice. She was so polite.
Extra.
She was so polite. Everybody was having a good time. She seemed so nice.
She did not have to. That was the fakest happy I've ever seen in my life.
I
seen right through it because that
had me fooled. You were just so miserable.
She was
you
going
were projecting
around the
your miserable on her. All right, so fast forward. We're not going to talk about it very much. This man sits at Texas Roadhouse. What'd you order?
I ordered beef tips with rice, which is my favorite thing in the world.
And this man just pushes it around on his plate. Don't take no damn bites. Just sitting here finger fucking it. Yep. So, mom's in the house.
My mom is in the house.
You're going to be on your first Jimmy Dale video. Come on,
she said,
Mom. No. She can't do it.
At this point, that's when I knew something was wrong. Because I usually eat pretty well. And I literally put one piece of steak in my mouth, and I was like, I'm going to throw up everywhere.
So he sits there, bitches and moans about the damn waitress the whole entire time we're there. We go back to the hotel. It's like 71, 72 degrees in this room. I'm like, it's hot in here. This man over here.
I'm in the bathroom.
Teeth chattering.
I'm in the bathroom with the hot water on the hottest setting with the blow dryer just. just cooking myself because I was that cold. But
The damn phone messed up. Look, I got Poland's mom in here. She doesn't want to be on the YouTube channel, but I got it. Alright, so fast forward. There's a bunch of fast forward in all this, but pretty much he didn't sleep. I wake up 3 or 4 times throughout the night. He's just sitting there rage scrolling his phone. And then in the morning, he wakes up. We leave the hotel room. Barrett's like, hey, you ready to go? I'm like, yeah, I'm ready to go. And Poland's still sleeping. I said, Poland. He said, your ass isn't even dressed yet. Are you fucking yelling? I was like, oh, god damn, here we go. Put it in the beams. This man's pissed off, right? So turns out this man had been rage scrolling all night, and then it'll just take my ass home. Yeah. So I get home, and I already knew his ass was headed straight to the hospital. So he went home, took a shower, cleaned up a little bit, put a change of clothes on, and came over here. Is what I think. Nope, you drove straight over here.
I definitely stressed my mom out a couple extra hours. I told her when I got home, so I turned my central heat and air off when we left. I got home, it's 41 degrees in my house. I was like, I need to take a shower, but I'm not taking a shower in 41 degrees. So I turned all the heaters on in the house, turned the dryer on for just a little extra razzle dazzle. It's like, I'm gonna lay on the side of the bed, smoke a little devil's lettuce, and by the time all this evens out, we'll be good to take a shower. I'll go to the hospital. Yeah, I may have woke up like 2.5 hours later. Drenched in sweat, still sick as shit.
Makes it to the hospital. No wonder how you fall asleep on a heating pad. So, boy makes it to the hospital. And come to find out, he's got an infection in his body. And, well, you tell it.
Yeah, so this is actually, they don't know if the bacteria was transferred from the heating pad situation, but it actually is on the opposite side of the heating pad situation.
Well, the heating pad situation was 3 years ago.
Yeah, I've been dealing with that for 3 years, but this is on the exact opposite side. They believe that bacteria may have got in there. Kind of got trapped, created an abscess. They cleaned that out last night, but then they did an MRI this morning, which is, today's Monday, right? Yeah, did an MRI this morning about 8 o'clock, and I was in surgery, prepped and ready for surgery at 9:30 because the infection had actually got to the bone itself. And that's when you start kind of getting dangerous.
So by this morning, he was fully infected, like a zombie out of one of them zombie movies, and his ass had to go for a second surgery, 2 surgeries in 24 hours. That's like an all-time high maybe for you. This is your 10th surgery.
I broke another world record.
Broke
another record. I'm just setting PBs.
He's in here hitting on all the male nurses, and he's doing better today. So
it's definitely not the male nurses, but I will tell y'all, at United Regional Hospital in Wichita Falls, there's a check. They have a box, right? It says, do you have a 747 with 2 kits? And if she doesn't check the box, they don't hire. Because I'm like cowboy today. I can't even turn my neck to the right or the left. I broke necks in all different directions. Yesterday there was fucking big block nationals in the United Regional, you know.
Something about some scrubs get a man going sometimes. But all right, so they
he put my blood pressure on standby because they didn't want y'all to see that back there.
Hey, Mama called me. She said his blood pressure's too low. She said, so I figured you could talk to him. I said, you raggedy son of a bitch. Started yelling at him, but that's going to pretty much do it for this video. I think this gives everybody the update that they've been needing for the Poland situation. Poland, you'll make it to Small Tire Gangsters. You're going to be back for that for sure. You're going to go ahead and take the month of January off.
I'll be out racing just as normal. This year, though, I'm kind of... Last year, I did way more promoting and working than I did actually racing, and I think both of us feel this year we're kind of going back to what started all of this, more on the let's go racing and have fun with the homies and not make this so much work, because I did literally run myself smooth into the ground last year. So
yep. And then update, your boy waffled off his truck, and well, now I don't have a truck to get to sick week, so I'm wheeling and dealing with this guy trying to get him to take the Corvette instead of the truck, so that way I still have a truck to take the Frosty car to sick week. And then I'm supposed to be racing Baytown for their no prep race coming up here in 2 weeks. I'll be in Baytown, Louisiana, Mississippi, Baytown, Mississippi, I think. Is it Louisiana or one of those? Baytown.
I just know
It's
Baytown,
down
Texas.
there.
So you're asking the
Is
wrong
it
person.
even called Baytown? Nobody knows. We're going to a no prep in 2 weeks.
Is that the one we were talking about? Yeah, like this whole over.
Yeah,
the last
where they
weekend?
run the back of the track and then the front of the track. Twin Cities?
No.
Sure. Nobody knows.
It's in Monroe.
And then after Baytown, Twin Cities, whatever the heck it is, here in 2 weeks, I will be going to U.S. Street Nationals in Florida, followed by Sick Week. And then after Sick Week, we probably roll back through Texas and pick this Raggedy Johnny up and figure out what we're going to do after that. But appreciate you guys watching. If you guys want to support Poland's Raggedy Bullshit, you can go to PolandRacing.com and you can buy any t-shirt. Other than that, how can they we're not taking any donations. You know what I mean? We don't want to get roasted at the stake for any of that. We don't need donations.
Yeah.
He's good. He'll just start pimping out all the big blocks out of the United Regional, and he'll figure it out. You know what I mean?
I'll create an OnlyFans or something. I mean, Club don't have a wheelchair tab, so we can make some stuff happen. But I'm not asking for no donations because I
thought Hub was free though.
But they got to get content somehow. They pay for all them videos.
You know more than I do, folks. So check in with Poland on the Hub account, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.
Right.
Have fun with your 157 miles an hour week.
You've got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. When the road looks rough up ahead and you're miles and miles from a nice warm bed, just remember what your old pal said, boy, you got a friend in me. Yeah, you got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. When you got troubles, I got them too. There isn't anything that I wouldn't do. If we stick together, we can see it through, 'cause you got a friend in me. Yeah, you got a friend in me. Some other folks might be a little smarter than I am, bigger and stronger too, but none of them will care for you the way I do. It's me and you, and as the years go by, our friendship will never die. When you're gonna see it's our destiny. Yeah, you got a friend in me. Yeah, you got a friend in me. Yeah, you got a friend in me.
Have fun at your 157 miles an hour week.